Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of True Myths, One Lie, the game show in the form of a podcast all about myths, urban legends, conspiracies, all of the things that we don't fully understand. I'm your host, Anthony Manella, and the way that the game works is 3 stories are going to be told, 2 of which are from people online that claim that these stories are true, and 1 that is completely made up. It is up to my guests and everyone at home to try and figure out which story is the lie. Today's first guest is a person who used to eat cereal out of his pants in the shape of a bowl, Austin Murphy.
Only here, though, but I did do that twice.
You did do that.
Kind of impressive.
He spilt the cereal from his actual bowl into his pants, which happened to catch all of the cereal.
I wear big pants.
And then he would eat the cereal like literally out of his pants like it was a bowl. It was absolutely beautiful. Today's second guest is the person who was once both the child and the guardian to get into a kid's play set, Zach Sicardi.
Yeah. Oh, I think I was 16.
Yeah.
And I think the age limit was like 15. And so I lied and said that I was 15 so that we could get in. And then we needed someone to watch us, so I was 16. Older than that. And I think the person working there was also 16. So
So they just let it happen?
Yes, they just let it slide.
That's so funny. Okay.
I love that.
And today's third guest is the person whose phone once broke because his bed fell on it. My brother, Christopher Manella.
Yeah, that did happen.
Can you explain?
I dropped my phone behind my bed, and then I moved my bed onto my phone.
The frame or the bed mattress?
The whole
frame.
frame.
And my bed frame is 100 pounds, 200 pounds?
Yeah, it's like 200.
Pretty heavy.
It's easy.
700 pounds. Togepi's here.
Where's that?
Peekabee.
Togepi.
That was probably so unclear what just happened for the audio listeners. So for them, they're all holding different Pokemon, and they were doing their impressions of the Pokemon into the mics for us. We are going to get into today's topic, but first, we have to take a quick little break. We will be right back. If saving more and spending less is one of your top goals for 2022, why are you still paying insane amounts of money every month for wireless? Switching to Mint Mobile is the easiest way to save this year. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you maximize your savings with plans starting at just $15 a month. That's a big difference. They're actually helping me keep my New Year's resolution of spending less money because they cut my wireless bill down so much. I used to be paying $70 a month for wireless. And if you're sitting there wondering, how is this possible? You're not alone, but what they're doing is by them going online only, they're cutting the traditional costs of retail, and they're passing those savings on to you guys. Every single one of their plans comes with unlimited talk, text, and high-speed data on the nation's largest 5G network. And if you're sitting there thinking, this sounds good, but I don't want to go through the hassle of getting a new phone number, transferring all my contacts, you don't have to do any of that. You can keep everything pre-existing. All you're doing is switching your service. Plus, with Mint Mobile, you get to choose the amount of monthly data that's right for you instead of paying for data that you never use. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Coulter. That's mintmobile.com/Coulter. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Coulter. Thank you to Mint Mobile for sponsoring today's episode. And we are back. All right, guys. This is kind of far in advance, but just so everyone out there is aware and they're not taken by surprise when it happens, there are only 10 episodes left of True Myths, One Lie. For now, we will be going on kind of a little bit of an indefinite hiatus. It may come back, it might not, we don't know yet, and we'll talk more about that in the final episode, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up, so this way, when the final episode rolls around, people aren't just like, wait, what? It's ending? I didn't know that. So, yeah. Anyway, I am so excited about today's topic. Some say that this person is the superhero we don't deserve. Some say that it is a mythical creature that is, done a lot of really great things for us. Today, we are talking all about Florida Man.
Oh. I thought it was going to be Austin Murphy.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, we're close, but there's quite a few distinctions.
So, obviously, there are a lot of crazy headlines, news articles, things that come out about the so-called Florida Man, and the internet has kind of decided that for the joke, we like to pretend that it's the same guy doing all of these things. Regardless, we're going to talk about some of the craziest things that a Florida man has done today. and I think that they're some of the funniest stories we've had on the podcast. We're taking a little break from the spooky stuff today, and we're just going all in on comedy.
A Florida man or the Florida man?
We're gonna call him the Florida.
Okay.
I'm gonna pretend every single one of these was the same guy.
He's
Well, it
my
is.
Florida man.
It is.
Our Florida man.
We can share.
There. Big time.
Oh, this is good. I'm excited. These stories might be equally horrifying to what we usually hear.
Honestly, they might be. And the fact that we can confirm for this episode that the two true stories really are real because they were real articles.
Police reports.
Yeah, there's actual reports on these, which is what's nuts about it. So I don't know if that makes the episode harder or easier to figure out.
I think we got this.
Guess that's up to you guys.
I would say easier.
I'm really into the Florida man lore, so I'm big and all up to date on all of the news about him. So this is gonna be easy.
Austin's a big Florida man stan.
Yeah.
All right.
Florida man, damn.
Florida stand.
You guys ready?
Let's
Yep.
do it.
Story number 1. Now, the headline of this article is Florida man arrested after attempting to replace neighbor's car tire with bicycle wheel. A man was arrested early Tuesday morning in Gilchrist County, Florida, by a man who saw something really, really strange on his Ring doorbell camera. The homeowner told reporters that when he was leaving for work early at 6:30 a.m. that morning, he went out, and where one of his tires was supposed to be, instead he found a bicycle tire just leaning up against the hub. He immediately thinks, I'm gonna go check my Ring security footage. So that's what he does, and he sees this mysterious man at about 5 a.m. in a gray hoodie drive up on his bicycle, get off the bicycle, take a car jack and a wrench out of his backpack, and start unscrewing one of the tires on this man's car. The man then removes one of the tires from his own bicycle and tries to screw it on in place of the car tire, can't seem to get it on, and ultimately just leaves it leaning there, and then he leaves with a missing tire on his own bike and someone else's car tire. So Gilchrist County Police identified the man as 33-year-old Gabe Nollie, who lived just a few doors down from our main character here. When he was interviewed and asked by the police why he did this, he says, and I quote, "His kid broke my son's bike a few weeks ago, so I just wanted to leave him a little reminder that he still owes me." Gabe is being charged with petty theft. However, they expect that these charges to just be dropped and handled in a different way. And that is the end of story number 1. I'm going to give you guys some time to discuss. Go.
I believe it, kind of. I'm still skeptical. I'm not gonna say it's free. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say it gets away, but I do believe it.
It's believable, for sure. I think I've heard of our Florida man doing crazier things.
Right.
So would he be petty enough to attempt, and stupid enough to attempt to put a bicycle tire on a car tire? Probably.
Yeah, I agree.
You'd think that this man would know that wasn't gonna work?
I would think that if he owns a lug wrench and a car jack, he should have the understanding of vehicles to know that is not gonna work.
And if he was able to get the wheel off too, and
So is it believable that Florida man is that incompetent? Yes.
yeah.
Fair.
So we'll have to see in the other stories, what that's up against as far as stupidity goes.
Right? Toph?
I really want to believe this story. I do believe it, not just because I want to. But
Right, but even if you thought it was the fake one, you would want to believe this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never heard of petty theft.
Here's what Toph says, the only thing that makes me super skeptical about it. It literally makes no sense at all for him to take off his bike wheel. Literally none.
I have one explanation.
Which is to remind the guy that the bike's broken?
No, that he just didn't know he could not put it on the car. And then when he realized he couldn't, he just wanted to leave.
You cannot know how to take a car tire off and think you could put a bike tire on. Zach said. And I said that at first because I don't know how to take a car tire off. But then if we put 5 seconds of thought into it, it's oh yeah, that's impossible. So that just doesn't make any sense.
No, you're right, actually.
Yeah, and I have another question here. So he did this to his neighbor because his neighbor's kid destroyed his kid's bike.
Yeah.
So they're already down a bike. So now he took the good bike and he took a wheel off of that and is trying to put that on the car.
Yeah.
Did the neighbor's kid break both of Florida man's kids' bike tires because he should, in theory, have one good tire from the other bike to put on.
And based on what you're saying, if he already has a bike that he's willing to just completely mangle up and get rid of tires for, does he not have a bike he could just give to his son?
Well, it's about the vengeance.
I'm just
It's about
saying,
teaching
though.
that man a lesson.
True, I guess.
But at the same time, this guy must have a lot of bikes that he can source for parts if he's willing to just destroy one after having another one destroyed.
All fair points. You guys ready to jump into the second story?
Second, story number 2?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
2 comes after 1. Austin.
Story number 2. The headline for this article is Florida man who was arrested last week for trying to RKO his teacher has been arrested again for another RKO. Now, let me clarify for people who don't know, but RKO is a wrestling move. Is everyone here familiar with it?
Performed by Randy Orton. This is a signature move.
Yes, thank you, Austin. Basically, that's like how his knockout move, right? He like grabs him by the head and then brings him down onto the ground. Right, okay. So now the story goes a little something like this. Gianni Sosa Hernandez was in court for the second time in the last 5 days. This time, it's for giving an RKO to a plastic alligator in the Falls Shopping Center in Miami-Dade County. On March 30th, a video posted on social media shows Gianni removing his sweatshirt, hurling over a barrier, and throwing this plastic alligator into a pond before elbowing it and RKOing it. He was charged with criminal mischief, and the owner of the mall said that the plastic alligator cost $3,690. Now, that's the first one. On April 11th, he was charged with battery for performing an RKO on Miami Southridge Senior's high school principal.
Oh, wow. Well, a mere 12 days later, he was active again.
And in court, only 5 days apart for both of these things.
They move fast down there. How do they have openings like that? I mean, if there's only one person committing all these crimes.
In the footage that went viral of this, you can hear the student shouting, RKO! Before hurling himself at the principal, but the principal manages to stop him and catch him mid-air. In court, his defense attorney said that this is one of the most ridiculous things that he's ever heard, quoting, everyone knows wrestling is fake and it shouldn't have been arrestable. And also, Sosa's sister Camila defended her brother by saying that he was just doing these videos for fun and he would never actually try and hurt someone. That is story number 2. I'm gonna give you guys some time to discuss. Go.
I believe it 100%.
Yeah, I don't think we need to waste much time on this one.
I would like to.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm not willing to write this one off. One, it's not fun in games RKOing a principal. I'm not lame. I'm not uncool, but that's dangerous. It's like a 60-year-old man, probably.
It's fearless.
It's fierce.
The Florida man I believe in is fearless.
The attorney, I can't fathom being real. There's no way that's a thing. I think this is faker than the first one, honestly.
Really?
Dude, the crowd was chanting RKO as the video goes viral, which is now a viral word nowadays.
Only the kid who performs the RKO shouted RKO.
Oh, sorry. That's even crazier. You don't say RKO when you do it.
Isn't that what they do?
Yeah, no, that's
he does not say it. It's the
that's
announcer.
that's what the kids do now.
I don't know.
Everyone says RKO and then they.
Well, he has to be his own announcer.
Okay. All fair points.
Where are we moving to?
We're moving to our mini game.
Oh, awesome.
All right. So, I mean, I just can't get enough of these Florida man headlines. So we're going to play true or false, okay? I'm going to list off some of my personal favorite Florida man headlines. You guys have to tell me if it's a real headline or if it was made up.
So this is like practice.
Yeah, you can think of it that way. It's practice for the main game. Sure. Headline number 1. Florida man arrested for practicing karate by kicking swans in the head.
True. 100%. I think I've read that.
Swans?
Swans have tiny heads.
And are there a lot of
they
swans in
move
Florida?
fast. Probably.
Yeah.
You get arrested for fighting one, though.
I would say it's true.
I feel like it's false, but I'm in the minority.
You going true?
I'm outvoted. True.
It was true. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I think I read that. I'm not even joking. I'm pretty sure I read that.
That's so funny. Okay. Number 2. Lactose intolerant Florida man enters local pizza eating contest. Wins, but loses. True or false?
It sounds believable, but the headline sounds like it was.
Sounds like a joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
False.
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 It is false.
Oh,
Nice,
let's
you guys are 2
go.
for 2. Florida man loads car with frozen iguanas. They warm up, come back to life, and cause car accident.
Crazy enough to be true.
The only thing I'd say is fake about it is that iguanas, I don't think come back to life when I think they just die. I could be wrong. So I'd say false, but I'm in the minority, so true.
I feel like lizards can do that.
My mom's iguana died like that. You know?
Rest in peace.
I was before I was born, but still RIP. You're right. I used to do pull-ups in the shower.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways.
Dude, I don't know if I believe that.
Austin's like, yeah, anyway.
Yeah, Mike, where's your iguana? Oh, just taking a shower right now, probably doing some pull-ups.
Not while he was showering, but he would use a shower pole to do pull-ups. Yeah. It's like he would shower in there. Then it gets crazy.
He's like the guy coach.
He's in your actual shower. Yeah, that's what I picture. Anyway,
I'll go with you guys. True.
Okay.
this was true.
Yeah. Oh my God,
Iguanas can freeze and come back.
Wow.
thought so.
I
Damn,
think-
this guy just got unlucky, man.
I think you might have just had an unfortunate
long. I was
case.
just too
Or,
long.
yeah. Florida man tries to turn himself in to local authorities for neglecting to wait 30 minutes after eating before going in the pool. True or false?
No.
I'm gonna vote false.
Fine, we'll go false.
Yeah, you're right. It's false.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We're 4 for 4,
All the
guys.
ones that sound like a joke are probably false.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicago officials failed to capture a rogue alligator for 8 days. Chicago hired Florida man who caught him in less than 24 hours.
I want to believe this so bad. I want to believe it.
100% true.
I'll give you guys.
You guys are saying true?
Well,
True.
let's go true.
Yeah, it's true.
That's awesome.
That is really crazy. That's ridiculous.
Florida man to the rescue.
Florida man is just, like I said, he is
OP.
the superhero that
Where
we
did he
didn't know we
find
needed. Speaking of, Florida man throws alligator into Wendy's for incorrect nugget amount.
That sounds true.
True.
Yeah, that adds up.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
We haven't missed one, right?
Wow, we haven't.
Yeah, wow, let's go.
Dang, you guys are good at this. Okay, Florida man, 71, sprayed his neighbor in the face with a water gun full of his own urine because he thought she was spying on him for the government.
I actually am pretty sure that's true because I remember reading that.
I'm good to go with true.
I believe it.
But I also just want to say I think it's funny how now we're getting like the age, like a Florida man is now growing up and is also I think changing genders. Yeah.
The arc.
Yeah, it's a crazy arc.
So you saying true?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh my
I'm
god.
pretty sure I remember
Wow,
that.
you guys are killing it. Florida man kidnaps neighbor, puts him in the trunk of vehicle, and chains him to a chair in remote location. Claims neighbor asked him to do it.
True.
True.
You saying true?
True.
This one's false. It's your first one that you got wrong, but it's okay. It's okay.
7 for 8.
I'll still give you guys full credit if you can get the last couple. There's only 4 left. Ready?
We weren't gonna get it.
You don't know that. You guys did really, really well somehow.
There's so many though.
Florida man becomes first person to get bionic arm. Says he will use it only for good.
You have heard a headline about the
False?
first person with a bionic
This doesn't
arm?
sound like a crime. You know what I mean? Like the ones
False.
that don't sound like crimes wouldn't be headlines.
Well, he's a superhero. Of course he's only going to use it for good.
I'm going false.
I'll go false.
False, because it doesn't really match up with what we're doing right now.
This is true. Sly Florida man driving 20 miles an hour over the speed limit on deserted highway tells cops he was just going with the flow of traffic, yet there was not a single other car on the road.
I would say true.
I'll say true.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And I think you should be an attorney also. Great defense.
It is true.
Oh wow, see, Anthony's good.
Florida man arrested after bringing knife to a shovel fight.
Yeah, I
False.
would arrest him too. That's not fair.
Yeah, that's false.
True.
False. 100% false.
Austin's reason for wanting to arrest him is because it's not fair. Wait, what are you saying? True or false?
False.
False.
I said true, but I'll go with them.
This was true.
Oh yeah, awesome.
This was
You
real.
wouldn't want him arrested?
They're allowed to have a shovel fight?
Yeah.
Like legally? They're allowed to just have shovel fights? But
It's probably frowned upon.
Right? Good point.
but once you bring a knife, it's like you're going to jail.
All right, final one. Florida man protects shoppers from suspected werewolf to make his father proud.
True.
True.
100%.
This is false.
Oh, well,
Now I'm
I
disappointed.
want that one to
I
be
can
true
live
though.
with my failures.
Yeah.
You guys still got so many
I
of
think
them
that's
right.
9 for 12.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I give you guys a round of applause for that. Okay, are you guys ready to hear story number 3?
I'm ready.
Story number 3. This article's headline is Florida man arrested after stealing car that gets hit by a train, thrown into a house, then he tries to steal a forklift.
Is that the whole story?
That is the title, but I will elaborate now.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to elaborate on that.
This is illegal. This story should not be allowed.
So the actual story goes a little something like this. A Florida man was recently arrested after a crazy series of events that genuinely led to a car being thrown into someone's house. On Saturday, February 6th, 2022, Bradford Weitzel told the local police that he stole a car in good effort to find his own car. His car was missing. In this stolen car, Bradford said that he somehow ended up on train tracks on the Indian River Drive. Now, while he's on these train tracks, this car that he's in happens to break down right on them. So what he said he did was, got out of the car, he made a run for it. Within seconds, that car that was left on the tracks was hit by a train and catapulted into a nearby home where the people were sound asleep inside. Fortunately, the family was not injured. Everyone was okay. However, the sound of a car slamming into their home was definitely jolting. Meanwhile, Bradford continued on to a fruit stand. He vandalized it and then stole a forklift.
Oh my God.
Now, I mean, apparently, the reason he did this, he decided, you know what, I should explain myself. He went and he told the deputies, I'm still just trying to look for my car. Mr. Weitzel was arrested and charged with grand theft and criminal mischief. And that is the end of story number 3. I'm going to give you guys some time to discuss. Go.
Wrongly charged. He was just looking for his car.
Grand theft. That's all he was charged with.
He was charged with grand theft and criminal mischief.
That's
and arrested.
Yeah, but criminal mischief is just like they tag that on. Grand theft is like you have to steal over $2,000. That's grand larceny.
Right.
But dude, like he should get more charges. Am I not mistaken? Negligence?
It's just a little mischief.
No, I think this one's fake. I think this one is so fake it hurts.
Really?
But the second one is also so fake. I'm in pain.
Okay, well, spoiler, one of the two isn't fake.
Why is there a forklift next to a fruit stand? Who put that forklift there? How many fruits does this fruit stand have? Does it need a forklift on hand?
What did he do after the car hit the house? He ran, right?
While that was happening, he just decided, I'm gonna go vandalize this fruit stand.
And there's no reason for it to be on the tracks, right?
It seems like the car stalled on the tracks. You mentioned that he vandalizes the fruit stand.
I did say that.
What compelled him to vandalize the fruit stand?
I do not know.
He wasn't charged with that.
Yeah, right?
In his story, he's just innocently looking for his car. You know, he stole the car innocently in good faith.
Yeah.
There's no good faith reason to vandalize the fruit stand. I think his whole story is a lie.
Yeah.
Or maybe the entire story is a lie. I don't know. Or is it so ludicrous that it's true?
I don't even think it's so ludicrous it's true. I think it's so ludicrous it's Florida, man.
I'm gonna do a quick little recap of all 3 stories. So, story number 1. This guy wakes up to find a bicycle tire leaning against the hub of his car and his car tire missing. He checks his security footage, sees a guy in a gray hoodie ride up, take off his tire, try and replace it with a bike tire. Obviously doesn't work, and then the dude leaves and says that it's because his son messed up his kid's bike. Story number 2, a man who likes to RKO things and has gone to court twice for it within the span of 5 days. First, he RKOs a plastic alligator from a mall, and then he tries to RKO his school principal, and his attorney and his sister defended him. Story number 3, a man who claims that his car was stolen goes and steals another car in effort to go find his car, drives it onto some train tracks, exits the car, lets the train get hit into someone's house. In the meantime, while that's happening, he just walked over to a fruit stand, vandalized it, stole a forklift. Those are your 3 stories. Go.
You want to know what I'm thinking?
Yeah,
I want to hear it.
I think story number 1 is true. Not the fake one.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm between 2 and 3, but I don't know.
Can you tell me why you think...
Story number 1?
Yeah.
It just seems so, like, the reason, his, like, motive for doing it seemed super believable.
I don't think that 2 is the fake one. I mean, I just think that a kid RKOing everything in sight is believable.
Okay.
You know, story number 3 is obviously ridiculous, but did we find a true ridiculous story to try to throw us off? I don't know. Story number 1, I could see it happening. I just want to know where this guy is getting all these bikes from, that he just has all these tires, that he can waste good bike tires. But I guess if he's stupid enough to think that he can put a bike tire on a car, then he's stupid enough to waste a good bike tire on it. So, I don't know. Yeah, I'm between 1 and 3.
Okay, Austin.
I'm sold on 2, honestly. I would lock 2 in right now if I could.
Can we hear why?
Of course you can. My reasoning behind this is because I do believe there's so many fallacies in it, and it's not real. The third one, like I said, it sounds like Florida Man in terms of like the motives. He's just a liar. Stole a car, car ran out of gas, runs away, steals some fruit, steals a forklift. He's just stealing stuff. He's going crazy. Florida Man antics. First story, some guy's mad at his neighbor. Sounds like some Florida Man antics. The second story, you guys aren't taking how crazy it would be for a kid, a student, to RKO a principal. That is ridiculous. And can we find out how old the kid is? Like, is he a kid, right?
Well, he's in high school.
He's in high school. And what was he charged with?
Everyone knows what that. Yeah, that's like what.
And on top of that, it's like he's a kid. So even with all of this, what are you gonna charge him in court really with? You know what I mean? That's why I'm so skeptical of it, dude. It don't make sense to me. It doesn't make any sense, at least.
So it appears we're at an impasse.
I wanted to say that. It would appear we've reached an impasse.
All right, okay.
Yeah, like, are there more story elements
Yeah.
that we could pick apart that we are more?
The lawyer's saying that one thing in court
honestly,
is odd.
the defense lawyers say ridiculous things all the time. You know, I heard a defense lawyer about a news, it was like a newscaster who was saying things that were completely wrong. The argument was that people shouldn't believe him anyway. So it doesn't matter if what he's saying is fake. You know,
Oh my God.
that was a real defense attorney. So for a defense attorney to say something like wrestling's fake, this whole thing is fake, especially in Florida.
He's making him a good point.
Like
I know
I would
exactly
kind of
what he's
believe
talking
that.
about. That's
I don't
why
want to
it's-
name names.
That's why it's so funny to me. I know exactly what he's talking about. So wait, then what are you guys choosing? 1 or 3? If you guys so
3
split.
if it's between those.
See?
I could get on board with 3. I mean, like you said, it was a recent story, and something like with that many crazy twists and turns would
had
probably make bigger headlines. Although maybe it has a lot of competition from Florida. I don't know. Okay, so story 3. I mean, are we comfortable with story number 1 being real?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
totally real.
I can believe it.
It happened.
So it seems like we're all leaning towards story number 3
Trey.
as the fake story.
I'm scared now.
I'm scared too.
We're a team.
I'd be scared no matter what, but
It's
we're a
okay.
team. Are we ready, folks?
We all take the
I
blame.
guess.
Or we all
Alright.
take this.
I thought we said 3
fame.
was more reputable because of how recent it was.
No, but then we said it was the first thing you probably looked up. Oh. Yeah, how did we get on this 3 with
Yeah, no,
fame?
I don't understand how you guys got there.
I just have to say, there's no reason for us to be picking story 3 after all we just said. I have no idea why we were so bad to pick story 3. We literally just made great arguments against it.
Yeah.
So let's move away from it. It's not on the table anymore. It's 2 or 1. And
Let's
we
just
already
pick
moved
2.
off 2.
Let's just pick 2.
Whoa. So we moved to 1.
I'm not picking 1.
I would move to 1 faster than I would move to 2.
All right.
Wait, whoa.
Looks like I'm outnumbered.
Whoa. I would rather pick 2 as my
No,
choice.
this is
This is my choice.
okay.
Okay.
So I'm outnumbered.
Well, I want to hear out why you would want to choose 1.
You know, like I said earlier, I just feel like 2 is the more believable story out of story number 1 and story number 2.
So the RKOing is more believable. And I'm not trying to make you sound, I'm just trying to like actually say it. The RKOing is more believable than the bike in the tires. And the RKOing is also accompanied by the crocodile and the court, whereas this one doesn't have a court, but it does have the guy saying his son broke my son's bike. They're both very odd. This one is definitely like more one person's being odd, where this one is a lot of weird stuff's happening. So take that as you will.
So it seems we've moved to story number 2.
That's what it's sounding like. I think Toph and I are both on the same page. It's like, dude, if it's story number 1, fine.
Right,
But
fine.
there ain't no way it's gonna let story 2 or 3 off the hook. One
Yeah.
of them has to go
Okay.
down.
Yeah.
Okay, I can get on that train.
So 2?
Yeah.
I
That's
can get on that train and hit a car. Slam into the house.
because it really happened. Story number 2, baby.
You're locking it in?
We're locking
Locking it in.
in.
Story
As a
2 is
team.
the fake one.
Guys, it's not story number 2. You
What
want to
is
take
it?
a second guess for fun?
We're not saying 1.
Okay, 3.
It was 1.
I tried to lead you
Zach
guys
is
towards
right.
the light. I tried to lead you guys towards the light and you didn't see. And now I got to take this third L.
Zach, I'm so sorry. Listen, there are still 9 episodes left after this one. We have to have you on at least one more time.
This is my 3rd episode, and this is my 3rd loss.
No, Zach has to be
Feels
on.
bad.
We need Zach on again. He has to.
The question is, should I be on with Zach again? Because I don't know if I want another
I don't know.
loss.
I don't have much of a choice. I'm on if.
Am I going to come back and dig
it's not
this hole
full.
even deeper? I don't know.
I guess that depends on you.
Not
But-
really, actually, apparently. He tried his best. It's really on us.
Regardless, yeah, that means that 2 and 3 and all those other ridiculous things we heard in the mini game, they're real. These things are true, and I love that. I think that Florida Man is amazing. That's about it. That was our 10th to last episode, but don't go anywhere yet. We still have some really, really cool topics planned for these last 9 episodes. We're gonna have at least one more guest host, hopefully some cool guests on the show that maybe we haven't had on yet. That is about it. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. If you're listening wherever you listen to your podcast, then make sure to give us a rate and review. It really, really helps us out. And subscribe to our podcast for free. If you're watching the video version, make sure to give us a like, leave a comment down below letting us know what you thought, and subscribe. We're getting to the end here, so this is your last chance if you want to submit stories to be featured on a future episode. If you do want to submit a story, please send them into truemythsonelie@gmail.com or to Cult235 on Instagram, whichever you prefer. We can use both true stories or fake stories for the lies. Zach, we gotta give you one more chance here. In these last 9 episodes, you gotta have at least one more chance to win.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. We will see you guys very, very soon with a brand new episode. Bye, guys.
Peace.